Hey guys, welcome or welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Jamie, and this will be a reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Now, of course, that's a really large collective, so I'd like you to only take the reading if it resonates with your life, discard it if it doesn't. Remember that there is no gender. If I pull a king, queen, emperor, or empress, the sex or gender really doesn't matter. It's all about the personality, and I'll describe it. You'll definitely know who we're talking about. All the information for personals is in the description of the video. I also offer a membership. If you're interested in that, you can check out all the perks by going to the membership tab or just looking by hitting the join button below. I'm just kind of taking whatever comes out. We'll just flow with the energy, take it as it comes. Okay. So we have You Are Good Enough, full moon in Virgo. Authentic strength. I find strength in vulnerability. I'm honest with people I trust. My struggles are opportunities for growth. I am authentically alive. Moving. And humility. A modest or low view of one's own importance, or being humble, right? So the overall energy is the Sun, Leo energy. The Devil, Capricorn energy. The Page of Swords, the King of Wands. The Five of Wands. The Eight of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, and at the bottom of the deck, the Two of Cups. Interestingly enough, right behind it's the Two of Swords and the Two of Wands. Like, what? All right, I want to take that, the 2-2-2 combo. Okay. So I feel like you're seeing something or someone for who they are here, okay? I kind of get you that you're actually like physically seeing or catching somebody doing something here. And I feel like it's going to cause a huge problem, right? Like there's going to be a lot of drama. Here's the thing is like, I don't think that this is something like super greasy, freaking cheating or something like that. I think that this is being honest about a struggle that you're having with a person and their toxic ass response to it. Right? Like this could be a person who's kind of, I feel like, on a high horse, I feel like they're like either stingy with their time or their energy, or they're just like stingy with a financial thing. It's going to resonate differently. For a lot of you, this is really financial though. You're like, you know what, I'm just going to move because it's, I don't know, there's some kind of like legitimate struggle here though. And I think right now somebody's really working hard and trying to save cash because they feel like there is no love in the situation that they're in and that they really need to look towards the future at something else here. I just feel like you're really, really seeing somebody for who they are. And I think that they tend to make you feel like unworthy of them in some kind of way, like you're below them, like, especially if you're struggling. So it's like, this would, even if you're not in a state of struggle, it's like, you could be seeing or hearing someone talk about somebody else's struggle. You know what I mean? And it's like very conflicting to you because, it's like something like that. But I think this is more specifically like, say that you're really going through something emotionally and you have a partner and you can't talk to this motherfucker. They just don't care. They can't be bothered with that. You know what I mean? Like, this could be a person that like really just, it's like somebody who just kind of like splits bills and kind of like participates in sexy time. It's like, like they're a partner, but they're not like a partner, like they're not capable of like, truly like having empathy for you and being able to, I think, listen to what you're saying. Instead, they'll take like whatever you're saying, kind of like use it to look down at you or like kind of treat you like you're stupid or something. It just feel, some of you feel like, this person needs to be humbled too, that like maybe it's just time for you to move on and humble that ass, because really, like, I think that the devil, the Page of Swords, the King of Wands, this would be somebody who acts, walks, talks like their shit doesn't stink. You know what I mean? And they're like actually competitive. So like if you were to go to them with a struggle, like they actually would just make it worse, like by actively acting like they don't give a shit. It's, I don't know. I don't know. Some of you are just dealing with somebody who really is an asshole. I don't know how else to put it. They don't actually care about anything but themselves in a situation here. I feel like, yeah, somebody's coming up with the idea this week that it's time to get the fuck out of a situation simply based off of how they're being treated in it. So what to look out for, we have the Page of Wands, the Seven of Swords, Justice, Libra energy. The Nine of Wands. I think you just need to look out for some childish ass behavior when I see these two together. I think that this person, they may have some issues where you're looking at them like they're an asshole. They may have some issues that are much deeper than that, where they don't actually feel like they're good enough. They may have a very low like idea of themselves. So they may come off to you completely different than how they really feel about themselves, and I feel like there could be like an objective that you're not looking at here, maybe where like this person could be coming from. Maybe they've always been spoken to like that, they don't see it as wrong. It's, I'm not saying that you should, stay if you're uncomfortable or like you don't want to be with this person. But I think instead of taking it so personally, you know what I mean? Like, damn, I'm really like not worth a shit. Like this person literally doesn't give a shit about me. Maybe looking at this person, like maybe they don't actually have the capacity to fully empathize with my situation, and it really doesn't have anything to do with you because, I feel like there's this level of hurt on your end or like kind of like the want to even like fight with this person because you feel like they just don't care. But I think it's actually like a person who doesn't understand like either emotions or like what they're supposed to put into something here. So I think like there's two things to it. One is like the way that you're processing the situation may be too negative on your end, where you feel like I'm not worth a shit. This person doesn't even care about me. It's time to get the hell out of here. Versus like mentalizing and saying, this person maybe literally grew up in a space where like nobody had empathy for them. They don't understand that trait, and not taking it personally. Still doing what's right for you, I would say, but understanding that this person could be coming from like a very wounded place, or like they may speak to you in a way they've always been spoken to, you know, or like have like really weird ideas about life based off of like their upbringing, just like all other humans definitely grew up different and have different issues, but I feel like basically you're looking at someone else's trauma, and I think it's important to understand that they may actually give a shit, they just don't know how to like show the empathy or like sympathize in some type of way. And I don't know how else to put that, but what's the advice? The Star, Aquarius energy, the King of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles. At the bottom of the deck, the Queen of Cups. We have the Lovers here. I think it's saying before you make a decision that this person is just an absolute piece of shit, maybe attempt to like, one is you need to recognize your own worth here and not like let anything, because I'm not even sure that it could just be a way a person's coming off that you feel like they don't care, but there's something that actually is within you that is triggered by someone treating you like you're less than, or how you perceive someone is treating you like you're less than. Because if it wasn't the truth in your own mind, you just wouldn't be bothered by it, right? So there's something that you need to look at there. But I think that you need to be actively willing to also like work on a relationship. So like if this is a partner and you feel like they're apathetic, I think that you kind of do have to still like say how you feel emotionally, before you make a decision. Make sure that you're making the right decision here. Because I think for some of you, your trauma is getting in the way of with someone else's, and both of you may not be able to see each other clearly. And maybe you should clear things up or attempt to clear things up before you just decide, because I think that, it's like you're going to see your own shadow here. When somebody makes you feel some type of way, you're going to want to fight with this person and argue. And instead, maybe, you should sort of mentalize and say, is that actually what's happening here? Or am I feeling like, some type of way that is, it's like, am I feeling like this because I'm perceiving something differently than it is? Does this person in fact not give a shit, or do they just kind of like show up differently than me? Like maybe my style of like listening to a person might be different than someone else's, like I could be listening with the attention of listening to them emote, right? Like tell me how they are feeling and caring for their feelings, while another person could be listening to what somebody is saying and they're just a super practical person. They don't put any emotions to it. This could be like going home and complaining about your job. Like it's just a horrible job. It's toxic. It makes you feel some type of way. You go home, you try to vent to the person that you're with, and they give you really practical solutions instead of that emotional ear, like just letting you vent. You can sometimes just look at your partner and be like, listen, I know that you're trying to help, but like you suggesting a solution, I get it, but like that's not actually what I'm looking for right now. I'm just trying to vent. They may actually understand that you're just trying to fucking vent and listen. I'm having an emotional time. Like I'm just trying to vent. I just need somebody to listen. I don't need a solution to the problem. And maybe they'll understand, hey, turns out not everybody is actually looking for, and maybe they won't do that in the future with someone else too. I think that some of you are just so quick to be like, nope, I'm out of here. That's runner shit, like, I think that you have to pay attention to your own, like, demons popping up here with people. And when you do see it, make sure that you sort of mentalize that maybe they also just like really like grew up different than you, or have been through different things than you. Or I think in this sense, it's like somebody who's like not super emotional and is very practical. And in some cases that really like works out great for the two of you. But in other cases, they're like two really different energies. But I think this is a practical person. So you can also say like, I'm emotional right now, that I'm just trying to vent. I don't even need a solution to this. I just really need you to hear me out. then you see a different side of this person. Now they understand, you know, that they're just supposed to be listening, that you're not looking for them to solve a problem for you. So just open your fucking mouth, Cancer. It's really not that hard. Some of you are like, oh, well, I'm just going to move out next week, like, over like, I think what it is that, like, whatever you're going to this person with is already such a struggle for you that when you feel even for a second like they're not listening or paying attention to what you're saying, you're just ready to fucking snap. And I think that you gotta relax a little bit, understand that somebody may not actually be a dick, you know, and whatever, you get the point. I'll see you guys soon.